Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick, Halos and Heroes. I'm going to start today's video with a disclaimer. I am not a therapist. I am not a doctor. I am not a psychologist. I am a human being with flaws, faults, and issues that I'm dealing with. The reason I'm doing this is to walk you through the journey that I'm on to make myself better and to give you guys examples of things that I am doing to help me. If they help you, great. If they don't, it's okay. I accept that. So today's lesson is about assertiveness. This is not a lesson for deep-seated trauma or a therapy session. About 2 weeks ago was the first time that I really learned what it feels like to truly be assertive, to give it tangible application. I was in the art room here, and one of the guys was being a bully. And I looked at him, and all I said was, "That's not necessary." There was no negative inflection in my tone. I simply asserted myself that what he was doing and the way that he was acting was not necessary. And in turn, he responded very aggressively. But I had to maintain my cool because my problem is my problem. But his reaction to my problem is his problem. I keep getting told this and I keep hearing this, and I'm looking at the person telling me this going, what the hell does that mean? What does it mean? It means that when you tell someone something is not necessary and they blow up on you for it, it means that you accept that what you told that person is simply that. It's a small truth that they needed to hear in a way that they didn't want to hear it, but that the reaction to it is theirs and theirs alone, regardless of what that reaction is. If they're yelling at you and cussing at you, then that's really their problem. And it's hard. It is hard because we want as people, as Brene Brown says, we want to connect. So when we don't connect, or when we feel like our actions or our words hinder our connection, we take it as a personal affront. I had to, in that moment, do what is called the ABC chart that I don't know if we've talked about it yet or not, but it's where you take the situation, someone being bullied, and yes, we did the last video, okay. This was someone being bullied, and there's two ways I could have responded. I could have started yelling back, and the consequence of that would have been probably I would have gotten thrown out of here. The other behavior or thought that I did go with was, hey, he's yelling at me, but who's he really mad at? Is he mad at me because I called him out on his bullshit, or is he mad at himself for being an idiot? Really, I think it's the latter. He's a good guy who means well, I guess, but he needs a different level of help than is offered here. And that's all I'll say about him. I wish him well. I do. I wish him well. But being able to just look at somebody and say, hey, that's not necessary. And then move on. Be your own person. Be strong for yourself. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Frederick Imbo has a really good TED Talk in which he says that there are two sides to every coin when it comes to self-worth, which is where a lot of assertiveness comes from. He said that there's the side of the coin where it's not our fault, and we need to understand that person's position and be empathetic toward them. And then there's the side of the coin where it is our fault, and maybe what we're being told is personal and it does hurt, but instead of lashing out, we need to be understanding with ourselves, be patient with ourselves, be empathetic towards ourselves. So by being assertive and just letting the person know how you feel about the situation that you're in, how it's affecting you, and getting that off your chest, regardless of that other person's reaction, is assertiveness. The final piece that I want to include in that is that sometimes assertiveness, or lack thereof, for me, comes from overthinking a situation to the point where I stymie myself into the corner, and then I go passive. I've thought about how to approach what I'm going to say and how I'm going to talk to this person and how I'm going to be honest, or am I going to be honest, or, you know, do I include this but not that, but then this and then that. E-brake on your thoughts on that one. Trust me, you've already gone too far if you're already thinking all that. Look, if somebody makes you feel a certain way in a certain situation and it's right there in your face, that's the best time to turn around and look at them and go, that's not necessary. Find your catchphrase, whatever that may look like to you. That's not necessary has become mine. I don't know why, but I think it's just because it worked and it worked well. That's not necessary. Be firm, be honest, be real, and don't overthink it. Don't let the situation dictate your life, your week, your day. We already have enough negative thoughts that cross our brain to process and deal with, that we don't need to include someone else in our problems, that if we can address it and be done with it. Like I said in the beginning, this doesn't include childhood trauma. This doesn't include the deep dark scars hidden in the closet that we haven't addressed yet in our bag of secrets. Don't start tackling those without an actual therapist, and that's not me. I'm talking about day-to-day situations you can actually address, work on, and move forward from. And the reason you want to do that and start getting good at doing that, if you're not good at it, or if you just want to get gooder at it, is because when it does come time for you to sit down with your therapist, you're not having to sort through the Daisy May bullshit that you worried about yesterday because so-and-so was dressed better than you and that made you jealous. Just turn and look at them and go, hey, kind of jealous of your wardrobe. End of story. Maybe petty to them. But if it's a major issue, or if it's an issue that's sitting in your head, I'm jealous of your outfit. That's how I feel. You look good. End it with a positive. Then whatever happens after that, it's not on you. You were honest and you were real with your feelings. You got them out of your head. Now you can move on. It's not easy. It's not a perfect solution, and it doesn't work every time. Sometimes the issue will still nag at you and gnaw at you. And if that becomes the case, then that's when you need to start working with your therapist to dig deeper and figure out why. What is the root cause of it? But that's not anything that I can discuss or want to. If you address the surface of the problem in an assertive manner and get it out of your head, you will live stress-free for another day. You're going to confront, it's going to come up, it's going to happen. Accept it, don't, that's up to you. But just know that regardless of how your day has been, I love you, I care, you're not alone, I miss you guys, and the music reactions will be coming back soon. Have a great day. I hope this has been informative, and I will talk to you soon.